So my name is Carlos Walker, and this is Art and Hustle. But what we're doing for the month of February is sharing Black authors, and I have Dr. Chi Chi with me. So she is a phenomenal author, uh, a storyteller. Anybody who can write a book, this is what you are. So, Dr. Chi Chi, if you will, share a little bit about yourself, who you are, the name of your book, and what we're going to do is go into what your book is really about.
Sure. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here.
It is
It's
an
an
honor.
honor. And for those who are definitely watching this, I just want you to know that you're not just watching this by accident. There is a reason and a purpose for that. And so my name is Dr. Chichi Nwajei. I host events, but I also believe in bringing people together through networking opportunities. And so my handles are at Peacock House on Facebook and Instagram. That's significant because in the journey of hosting events, last year, May of last year to be specific, I launched my first book called Dream Big. And it has really blown my mind how many lives have been connected through this, but also the content of the book itself. So I've been blessed to have it as an e-copy, ebook is available that way, or softback, or the hardcover on Amazon, or people just get it directly from me as well. So thank you very much for having me on here once again.
Thank you. Uh, so, just to give you a little short resume of why I chose to do this, there was a saying that they used to say back in the day. They said if you want to hide something from a person, put it. If you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. And from my studies, I learned one thing that learn to we learn to storytell. Tell. We may not always write things down, which is okay. I understand why we do things for the most part, but now it's important that we move forward in writing books. That we move forward not just storytelling but documenting. So, share with us what is Dream Big about.
Yeah, I'll hold it up one more time, just so everyone can see. Um, Dream Big really is a book that has tools and ideas for people who have held back from really launching out with big ideas. Like, what is it that holds people back generally? You can talk about fear, procrastination, lacking the courage. Even some people need validation. And so by the time I sat down and really thought about what I've heard people tell me, things that I have seen, people that I have seen with so much potential who hold back. That was really what made me say, you know what, it's time for us to put all that aside and just have that sense of urgency to go out there and make a difference in the world. And by the time people start reading and talking about the different chapters and really relating it to their own lives, I've seen people come up with the real thing that is already given to them. They are the visionaries. They have to live it out. They have to believe in it enough for others to jump in. And so I've really been blessed just to hear a lot of testimony. People actually break down crying. They remember this was my assignment. What happened? How did I drop the ball? What happened is always is either you know you have this dream, you think maybe it's too big for you to carry through, you feel that nobody needs what you have. There are a lot of things that get in the way, and it's all in the mind. So once we can have that mindset in place, the rest is just like, look at how far this has come. So I cannot wait to see how many more dreams are going to be born just because Dream Big was written. And so it's been an honor for me to actually hold few book clubs, but also have people that bought the book on their own, read it and give me reviews, and then they had the mind to actually share with others. Like you said, if people don't read what's in the book, then how are they gonna know what is in it for them? So it's just been a blessing to see the impact, and that's been very rewarding for me.
I learned that books are like for those who of y'all who like to play video games, they are cheat codes. So when you read somebody else's information who have already went through the journey that they have went through, what happens is you gather information, especially if it's a similar journey to what you want to go through. You gather information that you don't have to go through, and it shoots you up higher, faster. There's somebody right now who done wrote a book about how to be a millionaire in your specific genre or whatever you do. All you got to do is read the information, and you just got the cheat code to how to get there. You don't have to take the necessary hard steps in order to get where you're going. And sometimes that journey, you're going to have your own journey, even reading the book. But if you apply most people's information, you'll get there a lot faster, a lot quicker, and it'll be a smoother ride. Your book basically is a GPS for people to not just dream big, but take the chance and the opportunity to that God allows us to do, grasp it, and shoot forward.
I agree so much. You said it right. We don't want to make the same mistakes that others have already made and learned from. That is, you just said it. And our books get to places that we can't get to
Mm-hmm.
because the world is so global and small. The internet, just click something, you can order it, it will ship to any part of the world. So imagine what so much content and so much material drops in the heart of anybody. Anybody who starts off an idea and puts it down in form of a book really has taken the time. It's not just I woke up and wrote a few words down. It's a process. It takes a process. For those who have started and completed it, you really have to stay disciplined, keep those thoughts together, write it in a way that your audience can understand, because you're never probably going to meet everybody that reads a copy of your book. And that's our goal, when we put out this book. So anybody who is listening to this who has already thought it out for themselves and say, I see this in my future, go ahead and also write yours down. This is to serve as motivation for them. This is to help them to know that they can do this too, right? So it's not just the dream. If you just dream and leave it as a dream, nobody else will be either impacted by it or even know that you dreamt that dream. So I remember the day that I did my book launch. If this never happened, if this never got completed, if this never got printed, how would I explain that such big ideas were even in my mind? And so that's how it is with everything that we do. And, just thinking about it, books are powerful, books are tools, books are resources. We need to get back to that habit of reading. In fact, they say leaders are readers. If you are intending to lead people, if you are intending to grow your mind, you have to include reading in what you do. And there are people who do this, just like they eat, just like some people plan for exercising and other things they plan for their days, they include reading as a daily exercise. So I think that's something we can all emulate as well.
It's probably one of the like the one of the strongest exercises that you can do is exercising your mind,
Mhm.
and that comes through reading. That comes through having fruitful conversations with people. Because this, to me, this is a piece of iron, and when two pieces of iron sharpen up against each other, iron sharpens iron, and you become sharper than what you once were. You can either dull it or you can sharpen it, and you only sharpen it by reading, because those are somebody else's words, yes, but it's putting it gets in here, and it only becomes more powerful by your application. So, Dr. Chichi, if there is anything that you could tell anybody, young person, older person, anybody, what would you tell them? Words of wisdom.
Yeah, this is like the good stuff, right? The thing that you say, this is what I took home with me. I would say to the person who is listening right now, don't let anyone talk you out of your dream.
Mm.
Don't ever think you're not good enough. This is not your time. We need to own the moment. Take it like someone else's destiny depends on you believing in your own. Like, if your wagon moved, so many people, known and unknown, visible and invisible, are indirectly hitching their wagons to yours. So just because yours moved, other people's wagons are going to move. And that is because you have the best intention. Your goal is to give back to the community, to bless people, to enrich lives, to make a difference in the generation that you're a part of. to say no to negativity, to say, I'm going to hold people's hands who are ready for more. And I think that each and every one of us have an assignment, and we are all in this to grow together. So if your destiny could shine a little bit more, look at it this way. It will, because someone else was blessed by your story or by your journey. So just keep believing, keep hoping, keep trusting in that instinct that tells you that you can be anything that you put your mind to do, and don't give up. Do not give up. This is the time, and just do it. Just do it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. So that's what I'll say. And again, of course, my final word will be dream big.
I was gonna say that myself, but
Dream
you
big,
beat me to
yes.
the punch.
You can find the book on Amazon and other places books are sold, but I'm serious. Like, some people just want to talk. Even when I go out, vending or out where I'm meeting people, some people just want to say, how did you start? How did you think about doing this? So those are the things that, for you as a person, just because you started and completed the idea that was put in your heart, someone else is able to believe in theirs as well. So don't give up. Dream big.
Dream big. So, thank you, Dr. Chi Chi. If you will stay on for a second, I love you and I appreciate all that you have done.
Thank
Dream big.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Carlos, for doing this. Thank you. Appreciate you so much, my brother.
It's an honor. And for all y'all, this is Art and Hustle, Black History Month.